Joseph Gordon-Levitt is fully capable of sexing you up, and he wants you to know it. You're watching Beyond the Trailers review of Don Jon.
I don't watch too many movies. The pretty woman, the pretty man, and they drive off into the sunset. Everyone knows it's fake.
I love movies like that, you know?
It's great. But they watch it like it's real life.
Baby,
What are you doing?
I was just reading emails.
No, you weren't.
She caught me watching porn.
That's it?
Right?
Oh!
How do you watch that?
How do you watch all the stupid movies that you watch?
Movies and porno are different, John. They give awards for movies.
They give awards for porn too.
Hollywood is all about typecasting, in front of and behind the camera. This actor makes this kind of movie, this director makes this type of movie. So when someone wants to break out of their box, they often need to take the leap and risk themselves. Leonardo DiCaprio furiously rallied against his heartthrob label after Titanic and had a rocky time at first. And most recently, Matthew McConaughey has been able to reinvent himself as a serious actor with a serious commitment to the indie film circuit. But interestingly, while these men wanted audiences to look past their sexiness, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is eager to go in the opposite direction. Everyone already thinks JGL, as he's lovingly known, is an excellent actor and perhaps even a true artiste. He wowed the industry and audiences alike with his now famous Make 'em Laugh opening on Saturday Night Live, pulling off the rare feat of making a golden oldie seem hip again. And then there's Hit Record, the online production company he founded that is a community for artists to not only get feedback on their work, but collaborate. And the hottest directors in Hollywood already want to work with JGL, from Steven Spielberg to Christopher Nolan. But you'll notice that he never seems to land the leading man role, at least not in mainstream studio pictures. Thus, Don Jon, where JGL, directing and writing, has put himself in the leading man role of a romantic comedy. Yes, despite some of the jokes online, JGL did not just write this movie as an excuse to make out with Scarlett Johansson, but he's offsetting the risk of rebranding himself by maintaining his artistic credibility. Sure, Don Jon might look like your typical studio comedy, but no studio would touch this subject matter with a 10-foot pole, and didn't. Don Jon was made independently. In the film, JGL's character is addicted to porn, only forced to mature when he meets two women, Johansson and Julianne Moore, who's been largely cut from the trailers. What's more, JGL contrasts the male obsession with porn to the female obsession with romance movies, pointing out that both are fantasies. JGL has said that he wants Don Jon to get people talking, audiences about real life versus fantasy, and studios about how maybe he is a viable mainstream leading man. So does JGL get that delicate balance between art and mainstream just right? Joseph Gordon-Levitt has done the impossible, and that's make porn that men and women can watch together. And JGL, you tricky bastard, I can't believe you actually made me watch porn. I thought this film was just going to discuss porn, but it showed a lot of porn, like a lot. As a matter of fact, after the film, I went on and when I went home, I turned on my Mac laptop and it made that sound that's in the movie. And I will never think of that startup sound the same way again, thanks to JGL. It's a lot like HBO, I guess, but just more intense, just more of it. And he never shows any male frontal nudity or genitalia. And no, I guess, money shot, which is what keeps this from being NC-17. But he goes as far as he can. So you're going to be watching a lot of porn with Don Jon. That said, though, he did make me think. This movie did make me think, and I found its take on relationships, this perspective, to be new and interesting, and really actually very honest. But at the same time, I had a hard time understanding what the message of the film was. At first, I thought it was this brilliant damnation of the way that the media and our culture objectifies women sexually, that would kind of subversively lure people into the theater with that very thing, but yet show them how horrible it is when they get there. But that didn't quite seem to be the case, I guess. I don't know. I think it involved something about porn and romance being equally destructive to real-life relationships, but somewhere along the way, I think the film just kind of lost its way. And I think that JGL might have bitten off a little bit more than he could chew for his first effort, which was very good, though, by the way. I would see another Joseph Gordon-Levitt written and directed film. But this reminded me of a really fantastic short film that's expanded to a feature and just doesn't have enough material to get it to support the new length. Maybe this would have been a better short film, but I guess he wouldn't have been able to release something like that in theaters. So I would say that just like real porn, this is a better at-home viewing experience than in the theater. But if you really have your heart set on going to see this film and you are really excited about it and you're a huge JGL fan, you will have a good time. I thought the performances were very good across the board, and there were moments that had me laughing and smiling. I particularly liked, as I said, 'cause that's why this reminded me of a short film. I thought the first half was really, really its strongest moment. And there are some great moments between Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Scarlett Johansson that verge on comical, and got a lot of laughs, but they still are grounded enough that they still seem like real characters. But it reminded me a little bit of Moonstruck, when you had Cher and Nicolas Cage doing those heavy New York accents and having these great conversations. And there's really witty dialogue. It is well done. I just don't think it holds up. It doesn't have the stamina to go all the way. So that's my review of Don Jon. If you've seen the film, write your thoughts down below, and I hope you'll check out these other episodes right now.